Hello, my fellow humans, and welcome back to another Daily Dice, where we ask the dice for a message and find out what that is. I do want to say thank you to anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and this space with you, and for anybody new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. Should these messages happen to resonate with you, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And if you are interested in supporting the channel further, check out the description box. It has everything you need, including how to reach me for a personal reading, as well as how to join as a member of the channel. With that being said, big ol' sigh here. I got a channel message that the ancestors have been trying to reach you, and they've been trying to tell you something of importance, and I feel like that's why the sigh came out. But let's see what comes through. So ancestors, what have you been trying to reach my fellow humans with? Okay, thank you. What have you been trying to reach them? What message have you been trying to reach them with? It really has to do with your heart chakra. Whoa, that came out so fast. Look at this green energy coming in. It flipped out so fast. Earth magic. I was going to say it has to do with connecting with the earth because I was getting that, but I kept seeing green, and so it was also the heart chakra coming through really strongly. I love this. I love that earth magic came out. We have nurture, replenish. Is that what that says? Yeah. No, nurture, nature, rituals, and charms. Okay. Look at this. There's like a whole bunch of nymphs up here and sprites. There's a lot of sprites in here. So very much connecting with the heart chakra, with the magic of life again, is what it feels like. It's almost like there's been this seriousness going through your energy, or like feeling really disconnected from love again. Look, we've got embrace your inner gypsy with freedom, fun, and music on the bottom of the deck. Yeah. So really reconnecting with that very feminine energy again, and knowing that it's okay. Like, it's okay to have fun. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to disconnect every once in a while. Like, we have to do that. Go into nature, go into the mountains, do something you love to do. I'm going to shift the camera really quick here. Okay. All right, ancestors, what is the message you've been trying to reach my fellow humans with? What's the message you've been trying to reach my fellow humans with? We've got 11th house, Taurus, and Pluto energy coming out here. All right. You've been jaded by someone that was really important to you, or you thought was really important to you. This is someone who you were very loyal to. This is someone who you showed up for. Like, you really put in the effort. You really put in the time and the energy for this connection. And they did something that hurt really bad. It hurt really bad. Like, I feel it all the way into my gut, from my throat. I feel it like stinging in the back of my eyes, like tears that have been forced to be unshed, because it's like I've cried enough tears over this person, over this situation. And they're saying, like, this is about reconnecting with your heart chakra and trusting that there are people out there who see the value of you, but knowing that you have to see that value first. Right? And I feel like this is a thing. This person was incredibly jealous of you, and they wanted so badly to be you. They saw your value, and that's what really triggered this within them, to treat you this way. Is that right? No, it's not, right? It's not right. We're not saying that, we're not advocating that that's right. But this is this energy of where it's like, the reason this person showed up this way is because they were feeding off of really, really deep insecurities, and they also thought that maybe things would have worked out differently between you. So, like, maybe they were trying to ride on your success. Maybe they were trying to get somewhere with you, and then it didn't go as fast as they wanted it to, or it didn't happen the way that they expected it to, and things fell apart, and they became completely disassociated from you. And I do feel like with this Pluto energy, it's interesting, but I'm getting this very vicious energy coming through, where it's like, and when they became disassociated, they just turned very vile, right? Whether that's them cutting you off, or whether that's them you know, saying hurtful things. I just feel like there's a very vile energy here. It's interesting, I'm getting this with the dice. This is a very powerful message already. It's like the energy is very thick, it's very heavy, and it's just like, I know you've cried tears over this, but your ancestors are reminding you, like, don't let this person disconnect you from your heart, because your heart is one of the most beautiful things about you. And it's unfortunate that they did what they did, absolutely. And of course, we want you to grieve and we want you to heal from that. But we also want you to still be that person who wears your heart on your sleeve. Not in the way of like just trusting everyone blindly, but in the way of being open and vulnerable and knowing that if you don't give power to people, they can never truly hurt you. Right? So like, even if you're telling people things that are very vulnerable for you, it's like, if you give them the power and saying like, okay, I've shared this information with you, so now you have the power to hurt me, like, you're giving them that power, rather than just saying, these are things that have happened in my life and I've honored those things and no one has the power to use these things against me. Right? It's an entirely different type of way of showing up and wearing your heart on your sleeve. It's trusting that you being authentic and open about who you are and where you're headed is what's going to guide you straight to your soul tribe here. This is, wow. Wow, okay, ancestors, bring it in. Bring it in. And this has created an air of stubbornness within you as well. It's almost like a disbelief that anybody even exists on this earth that's genuine. Like, even if you met a really genuine person, like, you would still question their motives. Like, why are they being nice to me? Why are they being genuine? Like, what's their agenda? And your ancestors are trying to help you let that go and come into a place of just trusting that your discernment will help you weed out the people who aren't meant for you. Oof. All right, so tell us, ancestors, what's the message you've been trying to reach my fellow humans with? What would you like them to know? Yeah, you're coming into a very abundant place. And I feel like with this Nine of Coins, too, it's also pointing out that, like, letting go of the illusions and knowing, like, you're going to have to open up to your soul tribe. Like, there's places you're going in this world where you won't be able to do it alone. Right? You're going to need your people. And it's like, if you're always thinking that everyone has an agenda, you're always going to vibrate towards people who do have an agenda, rather than just opening up to, this is who I am and I'm going to be who I am no matter what. And I know that this is bringing me closer to the people who see me, who appreciate me, and who love me. Yeah, with the Page of Wands here, it's like very new for you to see life in this way. It's very uncomfortable too. It's a very uncomfortable place for you, because it's like bearing your heart. Like, you see how she's got all these flowers all over her. It's like bearing your heart in places that you never thought you would. And it's bearing pieces of yourself that you never thought you would share with anybody. But now it's like being in this place where you're sharing it with everyone, because you being you is what vibrates closer to like-minded people, and it helps you to weed out people who don't have the best interest in mind for you. And because of that authenticity, it's really going to shove those people away. But it's scary, because it's like, well, they could just pick my roses, right? They could just pick the flowers off of me, and that's going to hurt. But that's because there's still a disconnect between you owning the shadow part of yourself and what it is that you've been through, and honoring that, and honoring those emotions that you've been through, and saying, it's okay that I felt the way that I felt. It's okay that, you know, I have turned out even the way that I turned out. And it's okay that I had reactions in response to those situations, but I'm choosing not to let those feelings and those actions of others get the best of me and turn me into something that I'm not at my core. And that's what it is. And I feel like also this is going to help you vibrate in a loving relationship as well. Yeah, I'm getting a really odd pain behind my left breast, and this is like really heart pain. Like, this is heart hurting, heart on fire, heart breaking energy that's happened. Like, this is someone who really, really did you wrong. And it's like, Yeah, it's interesting. This is right at my... Sorry, let me just kind of like... Oh, it's like a very sharp pain right behind my left breast. And it's like... I don't want to. That's what I keep hearing. I don't want to. I don't want to be out open. I don't want to be vulnerable. I don't want to share myself. I'm just safer staying closed off to people. And maybe, but eventually you're going to reach a point on your journey where it's like you're going to need other people in your journey and you haven't opened up to anybody. And you're just kind of going to reach a cap. And they don't want you to go through that. Like, you're healing situations that have been in the family. You're healing generational curses. You're healing wounds. And your ancestors want to see you flourish. And, you know, like with her, look, like even in this picture, she might be there by herself, but she's open to the magic and the mystery of the forest. And it's like we even close ourselves off to our guidance and our ancestors and our guides and source if we can't be honest with ourselves, if we can't be vulnerable with even ourselves, right? And it's like she trusts that everything is going to work out for her, and she knows that these rituals that I'm doing are bringing me closer to myself. And that's what it feels like here. Like you're just really closed off to even the guidance you're receiving, because maybe your guides are like, hey, go out and do something tonight. And you're like, nope, obviously this isn't for me. Obviously you're not for me, because that's not what I want to do. And the emotional ego is what's winning right now. And it's winning because what you've experienced is so hard. And it's winning because what you've gone through is so difficult and traumatizing. And we're not discrediting that in any one way, shape, or form. That's not at all what we're trying to do. But we're trying to bring you into a place of truly feeling empowered again and comfortable in your skin, right? Look, we've got the Popess on the bottom. Yeah, this is something that you've been definitely feeling and sensing for a time. This is something you've been psychically even told by your guides, but there's still that resistance that's coming through. You know, Taurus energy is very stubborn. It's resistant to change at times when it's in its shadow, and that's okay. But they're just saying, like, don't let the resistance win here, right? Like, even she's very vulnerable. Like, she's covering herself up. Like, even she's got her arm across her breast. If I flip this around, right? Like, if I flip it this way, she's got her left arm over her breast. And I know it's upside down for you, but that's what I'm trying to say. It's like, because I'm facing that way, so I'm just trying to like show you. It's like she's and her right hand over her stomach, like she's trying to really protect herself, but she knows that she still has to leave herself open, not for psychic attacks, not for anything other than it's like open to vulnerability, open to sharing self, so that what it is that you desire can come through. Slow and steady. And sometimes you're going to have to take detours, right? Like sometimes you're going to have to do things differently. All right, let's see what's coming out. Exam. Interesting. Okay, diagnostics, certificates, election, and registration. This feels like this was a test for you. Like you've had a couple of tests where you've been encouraged to be open and vulnerable, and you do okay for a time, but then you also close yourself off right away. What's the message you've been trying to get to my fellow humans, ancestors? Okay, I feel like, I feel like you've been saying like, oh, they've been testing me. Like, it's just been a cruel test. Like, all this has been a cruel test, but it's not. Like, it's like a school. Like it's a school for souls. It's a school for higher spirits to come here and learn lessons and to grow from those lessons. And we can choose to let those lessons and those experiences be our downfall, or we can choose to see the value that they're bringing to us, which is, I know what I don't want. I know how to show up in difficult situations now. I know how to conduct myself in a proper way, where before I didn't. You know, all these different things it teaches us, right? And I feel like that's what they're trying to show you here. We have worth coming out. Efforts will be rewarded. within reach. Success lies in hand. So everything is going to be worth what you've gone through. And I know that sounds strange, right? Like, how could me going through all this trauma be worth it? But it's like, imagine if you hadn't have gone through everything that you've been through in your life, you wouldn't be here and where you're going. And one day, when everything comes to fruition, you're surrounded by people who love you, people you love, and you have all this good energy in your life, and you have all this success around you as well. Like, you're going to look back and you're going to be like, great. You're going to be grateful for everything that you went through, because you're going to realize that all those things made me who I am. And they're still making you who you are. It's just facing them in a way that allows you to overcome. And this is so trippy. I was going to mention it and I didn't. There was a little girl who was riding a little mini scooter that looked just like this, but it was purple. Like, seriously, 2 minutes ago, she just went down the street on one of these, and I had little princesses on the side of it, and I was going to mention it, and I didn't, and now I'm sad I didn't, but now I know why they were telling me to mention it, because you're purifying your energy. Clean up, sweep, empty, and organize. You're reconnecting with your inner child. So the things that you went through, like with this friend, okay, this is also reminiscent of something that you experienced as a child, and so this is reoccurring trauma that you're facing. And the more that you face that, and you also own the part of yourself that's saying, like, I'm okay with this, which sounds strange, but really we keep inviting certain circumstances in because a part of us is saying, like, I accept this. Part of us is saying, I am okay with this, even though consciously we're saying, no, I'm not. Like, I hate this. Why would I ever invite this in? But as part of our subconscious is saying, this is what I'm used to and comfortable with. And so we have to own that part of ourselves in order to heal that part of ourselves. It's a very deep energy. Wow. Exactly what I was saying. A betrayal, breakup, divorce, and infidelity. Yeah, something really hurt you here. Really, really deeply hurt you. Really, really cut. And your ancestors have been trying to help you forgive this situation, have been helping you to let go of the situation. It's not been easy, and we all respect that. We know that it happens in good time. What you need, you're ready to hear this message. Okay, like, that's what they're saying here. We've got Kuan Yin and Susuri with the time for highest divine love has now come. Be open and gentle in every life situation. Okay, you're healing on a deeper level here. You're really, really healing, and it's not easy. What you're experiencing is not easy, and that's okay. Life isn't meant to be easy. None of life is easy. Life is going to always be lifing, and people are always going to be peopling, and that's the truth. And many of us get caught up in the whirlwind of whatever that creates. But what we can do is learn how to control ourselves and learn how to heal ourselves and show up in situations that are difficult from a very calm, collected, and cool place. Okay, we've got Gorilla. Take the time to listen compassionately to those you love, and especially your family members. Okay, so it could be family that really hurt you, but I do feel like family may be helping you out right now as well. And so there's a need to listen to the people that you love deeply. Not that you need to bring this situation to them if you don't feel comfortable with it, but I do feel like this is also mirroring, like, your ancestors are your family, right? So this is very telling here as well. On the bottom, we have Rattlesnake. The experiences you're presently going through are the initiation to fulfilling your purpose as a healer. Snake bites are no fun, right? Like, that snake bite stings. Rattlesnakes are poisonous. It's a very toxic situation. But it's also your initiation. And that's what I was saying earlier is when you get to where you're going, you're going to look back and you're going to be grateful for everything you experienced because it brought you to being who you are. And if anything went differently, you wouldn't be the person you are today. And that's something to be grateful for. It doesn't mean that you're saying all those bad things that happened to me, that I'm giving them a free pass, that it's okay that they happened to me. What it's saying is that I understand they were difficult, but without those difficult situations, I wouldn't have had the mindset that I have today. I wouldn't have the heart that I have today. I wouldn't have the life experience that I have today. Wow, look at this. Raphael and Tobit. With Raphael has spoken, my name means God heals. I am sending you my light, and you will receive the gift of divine order on every level. So healing energy is coming. It's very strong. Again, connecting with your heart chakra here. Archangel Raphael is connected with the air, the east, and the caduceus, the symbol, as well as Moldavite. And Moldavite is about connecting with a higher, very, very high vibrational beings. So your ancestors are trying to help you connect with higher vibrational beings here. Could be ascended masters, angels, and even your guides. If you have Moldavite, that's great. I do not recommend going and getting some because a lot of it is not real. Okay. But if you have a real piece of that, then you can definitely work with that. So let's read this out of the book and see what else they have to say here. Earth magic. During the early Anglo-Saxon period, people were not able to read or write, so their history and knowledge were passed on through storytelling. They believed in supernatural creatures such as elves, dragons, and invisible lines of power that ran through the earth, everything on the earth. Spirits lived in trees, rocks, mountains, rivers, lakes, oceans, and ponds. In accord with those beliefs, the Anglo-Saxons used charms, symbols, talisman, herbal potions, precious stones, crystals, chants, and spells to protect them. People visited soothsayers or wise women and cunning men for healing, predictions, potions, spells, and magical items. Cunning folk were highly respected and valued healers in the community. So you're meant to be a healer. And this is all about your initiation as a healer. My nose is going crazy. You're saying this is you hit it on the nose. That's what I heard. It says, take a look at your everyday rituals and charms. Find ways of bringing some magic into your daily routine. Watch the sunrise, dip your toes in the ocean, invite the wonder and healing of nature to your world. Incorporate ritual into your spiritual practices. Herbs, crystals, and natural remedies may hold an answer for you. Learn more about the earth and water spirits and how you connect with their energy in and around your environment. Go to a place in nature that draws you, such as a forest, a mountain, river, or the sea. Once you feel you are in the right place, psychically protect yourself, quiet your mind, meditate, and focus on what you feel around you. When you see in your mind and what you see in your mind's eye, you may be surprised at the nature spirits you sense around you. This card may also be prompting you to make a talisman for yourself or to carry a protective crystal with you. Okay, so it's okay for you to protect yourself at this time if you feel like that's going to give you the courage to go out and connect with people. I definitely recommend obsidian or black onyx. Red jasper is a great one to carry as well. It's a very grounding stone. Garnet is a very great one to carry as well. And then carrying like rose quartz with you and amethysts to help you stay connected. Okay, but this is what I see here for. If you felt like this was your reading, leave the little ladybug emoji down below and say, I open up to the magic that surrounds me and I trust in the guidance of my ancestors to bring me closer and into alignment with my highest purpose. And if it resonated, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. If you're interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find everything you need in the description box, including how to reach me for a personal reading, as well as how to join as a member here on the channel. And with that being said, I want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, my spirit guides, and a very special shout out to the ancestors for coming through on this message. And here's a big, big, big hug for you. I know that you need it. You're doing a good job. And remember to give yourself grace, okay? Until next time, stay human. Bye.